Everybody's getting excited for it.
Of course, there's not just excitement in the air, there's also Pat Berry in the air. Well, Pat's exciting too. Pat, where are you?
Yeah, he is.
I'm up here.
Last 2 weeks we've been covering the Olympics.
3 weeks almost.
Yes. Ken's now going to talk about a sport. I'll be honest, I use a snorkel in a bathtub, so it's not a...
glass of water bothers you, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a sport I relate to much, but I'm going to be interested in hearing about it. Ken?
What a scary thought that is, too. I'll be back at 6 o'clock with more sports. Let's go back to Jerry and Norma.
That does sound interesting. Yeah.
It'll be nice to watch. It's like ballet in water. It's really pretty.
Yeah, but you can't breathe. They're underwater.
Oh, I'll talk to you about it. Still ahead. A piece of the White House comes home to Three Rivers. Stay with us.
Tommy, since this is old home week for you, I went through some archives and came up with your senior picture. Boy, take a look at that, guys.
Ooh, what's that?
That's the top ticket, $18
That is, it's worth it. And it was also worth it seeing Tom Brenneman.
It's
back when he was his sister.
back when he was a what?
His sister.
Oh, okay.
None of us would like our high school pictures here. Let's all say that. Jerry's commentary is next. We'll be right back.
And you'll never believe who we picked out in the crowd. Oh, I guess no curfew tonight, huh?
Yeah, 11 o'clock, man, so Frank better sing in a hurry tonight.
He'll sing at 78 RPMs, right?
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to catch everybody, but we're hoping to see a little bit of the show.
An excellent jump, and excellent photography by Ron Schmidt and everything. Wonderful.
To Laura and Ron, I've been here 10 years. That's as good as stories I've seen put together on the air. That was superb.
Excellent.
Not anything I want to try, but
You loved watching it.
Yes.
But you would...
He is a lobbyist for the trucking people.
Yeah.
When they went on strike, he kind of organized them around the country. He's a hero.
He's been organizing throughout many states and doing a lot of work, and kind of fun to listen to, too. I have to admit.
I like that name, the trucking bozo.
I've listened to him every now and then, you know.
I could be the commentating bozo. Huh?
I would say something about maybe you already are, but then we'd get ourselves in big trouble, wouldn't we? I wouldn't say that.
But there's so little to do, even that councilman with the long hair can draw a crowd.
I'd like to go back to that shot we saw of you just a couple of minutes ago.
Where did they get
What was that year, 1977?
They had the Mr. America contest, and I was supposed to give a key to the city as the mayor. I took my shirt
and
off.
He took his shirt.
I'll never do that again.
You'll never do that again. Okay.
Like that.
We'll be back with less of Jerry and more of Riverfest 90 right after this.
Rather than going into your chimney. Youngbird says his company and other sweeps have been putting in 7-day work weeks lately. He says in his business, they call it the flu season. Sorry.
To close that one of us had to do over 4 times. Michael Collins, News 5 Tonight.
That's pretty good for Mike.
And he had to have somebody in the back of the alley knocking down all those pins.
Well, we're going to work on our bowling this weekend, and you have a very nice vacation.
Whose turn is next? Michael Collins, News 5 on the Night Beat.
Not our turn.
Not our turn.
Yeah, you should read it.
It's interesting reading.
It is. Yeah, don't believe the people that just read that. I mean,
well,
they
he just read them.
lines,
Yeah, and you take it out of context and.
Right. Otherwise, people think we're picking on.
Right, we're not.
We're not. We're not. It's a very good book, and everybody should read it.
You done? Yeah. Coming up next on News 5.
Everybody's been coming through.
Yeah,
the main man, Yarber Yarger.
You're getting good at pronouncing that too.
No, I'm not pronouncing it right, but I'm just going to stick with it.
Yarber Yarger's not right?
No, it's Yarmir. You're so funny.
Thank you. Well, you guys can compliment each other later. Still ahead. They're creepy and they're kooky. Not talking about Jerry and Greg, but they're not the Addams family.
These little things are actually part of a bug banquet.
Well, poetry doesn't have to rhyme.
It's kind of like, yeah.
No, it doesn't have to be roses are red, violets are blue, it's going to snow on you. No, it doesn't have to be like that, no.
I like that one, though.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Pat.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Pat. We've now been told, looks like it's going to be cold. Just ahead, a Northern Kentucky man may be up for a White House job.
What do you think they call it, Dolly?
Well, it is America's Cup, ain't it?
Not a bad idea.
There you have it from Dolly Parton and Brian Gumbel this morning on Today. We just had to get that in for you.
Yeah, well, I'll leave that alone.
Yeah,
Norma?
Good idea. We'll be back to wrap things up after this.
I tell you what, listening to Glenn Campbell, he was the inspiration why I decided to learn how to play.
Play the guitar and sing?
No, the tuba.
The tuba.
Well, because I heard him play the guitar, and I figured I'm out of my.
I've heard you play the guitar and sing, and that's why you should play the tuba.
I can do.
No, he.
Gentle on my mind.
I love his songs. I love.
There's a part of me that would love to be on that boat, just
Just going down the river.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here, though. We wouldn't want to lose you.
Well, there are probably a whole bunch of people out there that say, I wish he'd been on that boat leaving down.
You know, you could just, everything was so crisp and clean. It looked like somebody just...
That's true.
No, they didn't write that song. But yeah, it was a beautiful morning, though.
It was.
If Kroger has a record year in profits, do we all rally on Fountain Square? Who they think's going to beat them cost cutters?
You try to tell jokes all the time. And go ahead,
I was walking
tell
down the
them.
street in New York, and this guy comes up to me and says, how do you get to Central Park? I said, I don't know. He says, good, I'll mug you here.
Timing, Jerry. It's all in the timing.
Pat, you got a joke for me?
I feel like I'm in a Fellini movie or something.
It's all on.
Well, you've seen them advertised in newspaper inserts and on television sets. No, not television sets. You've seen them advertised in these newspaper inserts and on television.
Hello, Gary.
Hi. Hi.
Here.
I'm totally expensive. I'll do it again. I am not God, nor am I a theologian. He's not here, of course, to celebrate his 50th birthday. He wouldn't have been if no one had the chance to see that. Our defiance, our youth, our naivety, and our vulnerability. What we remember most about Elvis is not the fact that he died, but we are reminded about the fact of when he was young and when he was young. Hello, a lot of things have been happening lately here on News 5. Like Norma Rashid, she's been happening. We'll have an exclusive profile of the men and women battling vice in Cincinnati. I battled vice last night. I battled it all the way, and I finally gave in. I lost. Vice got the better of me. There was this woman, and there were these whips. Oof. Oof, it was wonderful. Oh, and... such an asshole. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and Johnny Bench invited us to participate in the June benefit performance of Damn Yankees. News 5. People make the difference.
More authority.
Oh, and Johnny Bench invited us to participate in the June benefit performance of Damn Yankees. Well, I'll give you authority.
By the way.
Okay, a new tape for a new news director. Oh. I think you're much better than Tom Kelbs.
Now, a lot of people around here, when they heard you were coming, said, no way.
Yeah, a lot of
but
people
I
did.
stuck up for you.
I
stuck up for you.
I want Clip.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And Norma called in from Hilton Head or wherever she is and said she didn't like the idea, but I do.
Yeah, Norma didn't want a new news director.
I did.
No. Norma says, let's not get anybody from New York.
That's right.
But I said, I want changes.
I like him. I like him already.